Welcome to the Homebrew Crew. I'm Tony, this is Sean, and today we're going to be going over some of our monsters for the month of October. We've been kind of thumbing through all the stuff on DNDBeyond, looking for some really cool monsters that people made, and I think we found 3 of them that we wanted to go over today. We're going to do this a little bit differently than our normal format, I think.
Yeah. So bear with us, but we're still going to give you the same amount of information.
Check for the bear that was represented. I don't see the bear.
And I don't think there's a necessarily...
Do we have a bear? We do. Hold on.
Is there one?
Yep, here we go. We're going to bring the bear with us. There we go.
Okay.
Sorry, corny. I know.
So... Anyways, as I was saying, there isn't necessarily a theme to the creatures that we've been picking.
True.
But when I think of these, I kind of think like horror movie, kind of like this disgusting, like kind of creature.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's the theme.
Going through some of these things, they are pretty weird and scary at that. But I think for the month of October, this is the best way to do it. And there's a lot of great people that are doing these creations on D&D Beyond. So let's get into it. Now, this one, the first one we want to go over, how do you say that?
I know. Well, we were saying it wrong.
I was saying Wendigo.
Because like we were thinking like the Wendigo ate your baby or something.
And it didn't.
And it's not
the
that.
Wendigo did not eat
There's
our
no
baby.
N after the DI, so it's Wendigo.
Wendigo.
And I remember this because it's been featured in a lot of different, urban or
That's
rural
the thing
stories.
with the
Yeah. It was
evil
in
Bullwinkle.
Until featured Until Dawn is like the big monster in that game too. So this one's kind of popular. But it's now in D&D form. This one's pretty cool. It's only challenge level rating 3, so nothing too scary, nothing too intense. But this is the kind of thing you want to probably toss a horde of at your party.
Yeah, I will mention that this Wendigo. There are maybe about 4 or 5 different people that have actually made this monster. We're talking about the one that's made by Fifth Dimension. Mm-hmm. That's the user's name that created this one.
Yeah, one of the top-rated homebrew monsters right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
So congratulations.
They're good in an ambush, though. They're good as a group. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like, if you had... I don't mean to zerg it or anything like that, but this is definitely really good because they get advantage on attack rolls when you surprise a creature. So they got this kind of ambush thing going on.
And they're already built in with a lot of stealthy features. They have pounce, they have mimicry, so you can mess with your party. They have Masks of the Wild, so you can hide even if it's lightly obscured, which is up to your discretion. I mean, like, if there's a couple leaves in the ground, I'd be like, all right, hidden,
Yeah, exactly.
But it's equipped with a lot of things, so that way you can at least give your monsters this nice, like, really good surprise ability. It's pretty basic. It has claws and bite, which you can see kind of on a lot of different creatures.
And it's 2 attacks, so it's 1 with bite, 1 with claws.
The bite comes packed with some necrotic damage, 2d8, so hey, it's always pretty good.
Yeah.
But really, the nice thing about this creature is that you can kind of like have it hidden somewhere or like throw your party off with a nice little surprise. So This one's pretty cool.
Yeah, I see this kind of like the Dilophosaurus. It's just hiding in the bushes with that. You don't really know what's going on. They do mimicry. You hear like a little... And you look around, you don't know what's going on. And next thing you know, you're swarmed on by these things with the antlers and all that.
Yeah, super
evil
creepy.
Bullwinkle again.
Yeah, so I actually really like this one. There's a reason why it's top rated. So, it'll go pretty well in any campaign setting.
But the next one is one that I like a lot. And it's something because there's one specific thing that I haven't seen in a long time on monsters, and maybe there are a couple monsters in the manual that I've missed that this is on. But there's a creature made by Zildrith is the name of the author of this one, and this is one called the Blood Maw. Now,
and I'm real quick. I'm gonna ask you because they don't really specify. It's a medium undead, but and it says ghoul-like creature. But I like it because you can kind of open it to interpret. When I think Blood Maw, like I think of this like thing that's like falling apart and there's like blood all over the place, like something really just nasty.
And he goes into detail with that too. He talks about it, being pieced together of different corpses and bones that are putting it together. But at the same time, they have this craving for blood.
Yeah.
And he's very specific, and he says is that when they've tasted blood, they've gone after blood. Now they're uncontrollable.
Right.
So it's not like you have, a ghoul that you're commanding or what have you. This thing, once it's got this this kind of a rage thing going on, which is cool. Basic stuff, makes 3 attacks, 1 with bite, 2 with its claws, plus 8 to hit. It's fairly, strong when it hits.
Yeah.
But the blood frenzy, this is the thing that I love the most about this. And damn, it's great. So anytime that you've done damage to something, anytime a creature has not its full hit points, you get advantage on that roll.
Yeah, which is crazy because, like, I mean, especially if you're tossing a lot of stuff at your players, they're probably not going to have all their hit points. If they're missing one, this thing has advantage.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty big creature. It's medium undead, but it's CR rating 6, 15 natural armor. Not that hard to hit.
And my goodness. It has 119 hit points, but a speed of 60 feet?
Yeah,
that's some people's maps.
See, and again, I like how this guy actually made this, because if you think about the theory of the character, and you think about how it would attack, if the thing's got a frenzy to it, it's tasted blood, it's coming at you ferociously. This isn't just something, I move 30 feet and then, No, this thing is like mauling at you, which I think is phenomenal. I love that. It's just it gives this immediate sense of danger. It's not like, the wizard was all the way in the back over there somewhere. Or
right, exactly.
Like that, but yeah, no, I absolutely love this one. I want to throw this in the next couple of weeks to a few campaigns. I might do what you were saying on that, taking that blood frenzy thing.
I would honestly
that on something else.
Just sprinkle some blood frenzy on all your encounters. You're gonna have a good time. Trust me. And before we go to the next one, a lot of these attack in packs. If you feel like there's not enough, toss in pack tactics.
Oh yeah,
advantage if they're next to an ally. Boom, easy. If you got like 4
I wouldn't
or 5
do that with a Wendigo. No dingoes with a group, because pack tactics with that thing would just like, I don't know, would demolish things. Like, it'd be like,
well, if you're looking to be vindictive,
No, I mean, it'd be like setting a Tasmanian devil and a team of piranhas against each other. You wouldn't, This next one's very special, though. I like this one a lot. I was looking through today. I'm like, well, I want something, undead and something evil and something different. I always look for ones that are really kind of different. And that brought me to the Corrosive Abomination.
I called this the bleh monster because that's basically what it does.
Yeah, it's a big walking pile of dead and acid. It's amazing, right? But as far as it goes with it, advantage on initiative rolls on each of its turns. It can use a bonus action to dash or disengage, so it's got this fast and pull away kind of thing, which is neat.
If you deal acid, shame on your player if it does, but if you deal acid damage, it gains health.
You know what this reminds me of? When I think of this, I think of the chemo. I don't know if you know what a chemo is.
It's not coming to me right now.
It's a DC universe kind of thing.
Okay.
Tio Maro, it's one of these other. Anyway, I don't want to get into too much for it, but it's this monster's golem made out of fluid. It's made out of like acid and all these different things, and it's really kind of cool. But I like this because it goes directly into this acid burst kind of thing. Yeah. So it's kind of like balloon shaped or whatever, and it's got arms and all that, whatever. Just think of like the Yellow Devil from Mega Man. It's just kind of like this blobbish golem. But the acid damage on this thing is cool. So anytime this guy, the Corrosive Abomination, takes 15 or more damage that isn't acid, poison, or psychic, it explodes. And anyone within I think it's 10-foot radius, has to make a dex save. And they get splashed with this acid.
Right. Which is really cool, because like, I'm sure there's been many times where your party just completely like gangs up on your encounter, and you've got like 4 players within the same squares of your monster, and you're like, well, what do I do now?
And how often do you, like for your players and everything else, how often do you have acid, poison, or psychic damage that your players do to the monster? I mean, okay, you can. I can see some psychic damage with it, but not a lot of acid damage being done.
No, not really.
You got the poison spray.
Yeah, right.
And that's about it. But this thing, most of the time, you're going to be hit with force damage. You're going to be hit with fire, ice, all that stuff. And this thing does that explosion pretty much every time with it. I think that's...
Yeah, definitely. And then, it also has some pretty basic attacks. You can do a bite. You can do claws. But it also has acid shower and acid vomit. Again, kind of building off that whole theme of just like spewing all this stuff.
What was that sound you made again?
Yeah. That's probably how I've roleplayed this monster, to be completely honest. But I think the acid shower is pretty similar to that kind of acid burst, except you get to kind of like at least target the creature, so it's one of the attacks, but it does more damage.
Up by
66.
Yeah, so
which is really good.
Yeah.
And then they can't use the reaction to attack the abomination.
To attack the abomination.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's kind of like think of it like this: you go in for the attack on this thing. It showers you with acid. You're reluctant to go back in and
I don't
slash
that
thing. It's like, oh no, I got. Are you kidding
Right,
me? I took
yeah.
like 30 damage last time.
Exactly.
And then the vomit's
good too. 30-foot line, 5 feet wide, but the 6 squares out. That's a decent amount, and that deals 4d6, the same as the acid burst.
And that was on a recharge.
Yeah.
Which I think is cool. So
yeah,
if
definitely.
you roll that 5 or 6, you've got that recharge.
Oh yeah, exactly. So I think this thing's really well equipped. It's got 18 AC, it's got 114 hit points, and it still has a speed of 40.
I think its hit points are a little low.
You think so?
I would totally look.
Maybe for a challenge 8, yeah, I could see where you're coming from.
I've got players that eighth level players or whatever that can probably demolish this thing, but just from saving throws, things like that.
Yeah.
Although it's saving throw, holy, I didn't even see this. The saving throws on this thing for strength is +6.
Wow.
It's got 22 strength.
Yeah.
It's not very charismatic or intelligent, though.
Yeah, it's definitely not intelligent, for sure.
And
but
I wouldn't think it'd be charismatic with all
right.
that acid vomiting.
But I like it because I feel like one way you can kind of even flavor this, like you can even, before the encounter starts, just have some like slime on the walls, or stuff like that. And like, and again, just the fact that it has all these things where it just does a lot of this AoE. It's really good.
It would be kind of neat. You know what I would do? Oh, I know how I would run this. You run this like this. You put slimes with it, and then you have the slimes in the area of effect of that acid damage. Because then the slimes are taking damage with it. I don't know if is it just slashing or lightning that splits them?
I know for sure slashing. I'm not sure about the lightning, but
I would change this thing up. I would make a slime that splits with acid damage. So then, as it explodes, they multiply. It becomes this Fantasia kind of thing.
Oh, man,
I love that. Of course, your players would probably get a little upset.
Yeah, probably.
Those are the 3 that we wanted to go over today. We would definitely be going through D&D Beyond to see if there's any others that are out there. If you've got anything you want to send to us, please like, subscribe, send us a message. We'd be happy to look over anything that you got. If there's a monster you're using in your campaign, October is our monster month.
Yeah.
We're going to be having a lot of fun with that.
Send us all those scary monsters, those mummies, those zombies, vampires, whatever you got. If you think it's special, send it over and we'll take a look.
Absolutely. Because these homebrew monsters are fantastic. We go through them. I can't tell you how many of these we've thrown in our campaigns.
Yeah.
Because homebrewing is fun, right?
Yeah.
So, with that, I guess that's our close of today. Let us know if you like anything. Like, subscribe. It'll be up over here. Definitely hit that notification bell. It's over there, I think, now.
It's somewhere. They move it a lot.
Somewhere. It's around somewhere.
It moves often.
Absolutely. All right. Well, until next time,
keep brewing.